I'm not going to keep you guys in suspense. I just got back from watching Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. The movie was everything that I hoped it would be. This is going to be my spoiler-filled review, so if you haven't seen the movie, maybe drop me a like and come back once you have and we could talk about it. So everything was epic in this movie, from the opening until the moment it was time for the credits to roll at the end. I'm serious, the movie even starts off with 3 epic action scenes that set the premise for everything that will follow. I was so blown away by these scenes that I couldn't believe that we had only gotten to the opening credits when they were over. They really set the tone for the way technology would play a huge role in the rest of the movie. And if you think about it, in all of the Mission Impossible movies, technology has played a pretty big role. If you were to go back and look at maybe the first Mission Impossible movie, that was top of the line, state of the art at the moment, but it looks ancient right now. Go to any of the movies and you could really see the evolution of the tech. In this movie, everything from artificial intelligence to augmented reality and modern tracking technology is used in ways that are top of mind to the viewing audience. You even see them using voice duplication. They put all of that stuff together to create a formidable main villain for the story. And what these movies are really about for me is the action. Let's do a quick ranking of the top action sequences in the movie. So my favorite action scene was absolutely the train sequence. It kind of reminded me of the bullet train scene in the second Wolverine movie, except it was taken up a notch. It starts off with Ethan Hawke riding his moped up a mountain and off the ledge to parachute into the train. We get a lot of that face swapping action, and there was lots of jumping from car to car. Then the final portion with the train cars dangling over the ledge of a cliff was vertigo inducing. So at number 2, I have the car chase sequence. They basically took a big tank of a vehicle versus an electric vehicle. This took a page right out of the Grand Theft Auto handbook. They were wreaking all kinds of havoc. Pom Klementief's character was bulldozing everything and laughing about it. At number 3, I have the desert gunfight. I just really enjoyed how this one was shot. They showcased a lot of really cool guns in it, sniper rifles, just all kinds of stuff. And there was sand and dust everywhere. It kind of just added to the intensity. At number 4, I have the alleyway fight. This one was really claustrophobic, a big contrast to some of the sprawling vistas that hosted some of these other sequences. The stakes were enormous at this point, and I feel like they cut the music out at just the right time. It was perfect. At number 5 was the airport scene. It was just cool to see how the tech would be used in this one. It showcased just how much we rely on it to let us know what's real and what isn't in the world, and how easily it could be manipulated. It was a gorgeous shot just seeing Ethan running across the top of the airport building. At number 6, I also really liked that submarine scene. It was just really interesting to see what type of villain we were going to be working with for this movie. It set the tone perfectly. I just thought the action was done really well overall throughout the movie. It was great cinematography, great set pieces, great choreography. And because Tom Cruise has the reputation for doing all of his own stunts, you kind of get the impression that everything that happens in the movie was really done. And if they used any CG here, you really couldn't tell. Maybe some of the stuff in the train might have used it, but nothing that took me out of the movie. And I also wanted to talk about a few key cast members of the movie. I'm really proud of Tom Cruise and everything that he's done. He comes out swinging every time he puts something new out. He always makes a big splash, even while maintaining the quality of his movies. He's also somehow sidestepped all the big superhero blockbusters, even though I wouldn't mind seeing him in one. And he did a great job in this movie. He's the leading man for a reason. And I also have to give props to Haley Atwell, Peggy Carter in the flesh. You could tell how important her character was going to be just by the way they introduced her. All of her sleight of hand moves throughout the movie were really cool, and they helped me believe her as this pickpocket type character. And I was impressed how they were able to make sure that the viewer could understand what she was doing, even though it was happening pretty quickly. She was hiding that key on other people. She was really awesome. It was really cool to see her become part of the IMF family towards the end and accepting her mission. And speaking of the IMF family, I was glad to see Simon Pegg and Ving Rhames brought back, and I appreciated all their contributions. It was cool seeing how AI was trying to manipulate their technology. And then the part where Simon Pegg was trying to solve riddles, I was helping them in real time. It was fun. And then as far as villains, Pom Klementief was my favorite. You know, I know actors by the most iconic role that they've played, and for her, she'll always be Mantis for me. But from the second that she was introduced, you could tell that she was going to be great in this role too. You know, she was a tank here, relentless in every scene. The car chase scene with her and the riot vehicle was the most fun. I liked her in the alley scene, and it was just fun how her character would just laugh as she was barreling through things. I hope we start to see Pom in more stuff. And then the government folks kind of lived up to what I expected of them. They were pretty scuzzy. I thought Vanessa Kirby did a great job with her character too, playing both sides of the same character. I've seen her name brought up for a possible actor to be Sue Storm, and after seeing this, I'd be open to that for sure. Asai Morales was all right in his role. I felt like he was kind of one note though, but I did like how the tech was kind of hiding his presence throughout. It made him kind of mysterious until you really got to know him later in the movie. So one thing that struck me while watching this movie was just that we need movies like this and John Wick and the 007 movies. They kind of give the MCU and DCU something to compete with other than each other. It's kind of a palate cleanser once you've seen all the extra CG heavy stuff all year long. And it makes me wish that Daniel Craig was still doing the James Bond movies and Matt Damon was still doing the Jason Bourne ones. Overall, this movie was as good as you might have heard that it's supposed to be. I was really impressed. The action was top notch. It was beautiful to look at. You should go see it as soon as you can on the biggest and best screen that you're able to. So if you like this review, it might be good to give me a follow so you can see more of my content when it comes out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.